Good evening. This is Monday, January 21st, 2019, and this is the Town of Newfane Selectboard meeting. We have Mike Fitzpatrick, Shelley Huber, myself, Marion Dowling, and Administrative Assistant Shannon Meckel. Chris Williams is absent tonight, and Gary Delius is not available either. So we will begin by asking if there are any amendments or additions to the agenda. Anybody?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes for January 17th,
December 17th.
or December
Oh,
17th.
January 7th, actually.
Oh,
It is it January 7th? It is, okay. For
oh,
January
it was
7th.
just written December.
Probably.
Oh,
That's
okay,
the-
January. Sorry about that. We're starting off well tonight.
Second.
January 7th. Okay, you second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Forgot what name
Okay.
they're in.
That the meeting minutes passed. The next meeting, Shelley?
The budget meeting for
Yeah.
January 7th. I make a motion to accept the minutes as written.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is road business. And Jay Wilson, road foreman, is not here tonight. He and the road crew have been extremely busy, taking wonderful care of the roads in Newfane. And
Oh, yes.
hopefully he's resting at home. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
And
So,
I think there was a Board of Liquor Control set of minutes to approve.
oh, it's not on here, but
No,
you want to?
I have a copy
Okay.
of it, yes.
Oh,
So, let's see, reviewing it. So I make a motion to accept the Board of Liquor Control meeting minutes for Monday, January 7th, 2019.
Okay,
Second.
okay, and I say aye. All those in favor, please.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it and the motion passes. So road foreman Jay Wilson is not here, and hopefully you're resting at home, Jay, and thank you and your crew for doing the best job always. Administrative assistance report, Shannon.
The only thing I have is that my grandson was born this morning after a very long 3 days. So if there is no administrative assistance report,
Wow.
I'll blame the baby.
Absolutely.
How big was he?
5 pounds.
5 pounds.
And his name?
Andre.
Andre.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Very. Congratulations to you
Thank you.
and to the parents, please.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you. So, unscheduled members of the public. Is anybody unscheduled here? No. Okay. We go to new business, and the first item is tax sales. Shannon?
Yes, so tax sales are scheduled for February 27th at 1:00 p.m. And the board needs to appoint someone to be authorized to bid on any properties that no one else bids on. So Marion, I think you,
Yeah, say the date again, please.
the 27th of February at
Oh, what,
1.
February?
Mhm.
February 27th. Can I just check? one
Yeah.
minute? And, oh, you'll be there, of course.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I'm available, so that's tax sales, and set at noon or 1?
1.
1 o'clock, thank you. And that's with Shannon. Okay, I am available.
So I guess I make a motion for Marion to represent the town at the tax sales and allow her to bid on the properties.
Second.
Okay, and that's with Shannon also. Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, no opposition, that passes. Thank you, Shannon.
Mhm.
The next one is town meeting.
Oh, okay. I have them in the wrong order. It's okay, go ahead.
Oh, on mine it says town meeting warning.
Yep.
And is that for you, Deborah?
That's why I'm here.
That's why you're here. That's so great. I'm so smart.
I haven't made any changes from when you looked at it, other
Yeah.
than I saw that this said 2018,
Oh,
so
I didn't even catch that.
I fixed it,
Yeah,
but that's the only change I've made, so.
okay.
All right,
Yeah.
so there's the
Well, you
warning.
should tell everybody that that's how recovery is really spelled.
Yeah, I
You
do.
missed. I had that sinking feeling.
Shannon, should we sign it now or after
Yeah,
Deborah?
if you should review it and then
Okay.
discuss it, and then you could make a motion to sign it.
Okay. So what I'm reading is the warning for the 2019 annual Newfane Town Meeting, which will be in Union Hall in the no?
Should be in
Williamsville Hall.
Hall.
Make sure it says Williamsville Hall,
It
because
doesn't. It says Union Hall. That's what I'm reading.
I swear the one I sent you said
I
Williamsville.
can't remember, I read it online, I read it very quickly. It's, in the newly heated Union Hall. There's
Oh.
no reason not to come to town meeting this year.
You mean Williamsville Hall?
Williamsville Hall.
Yeah, you
Oh,
just
I'm
said
sorry,
Union.
I said it now.
Yeah.
Williamsville
We're
Hall.
doing very well tonight.
We're snow drunk.
Our brains are frozen still. We're trying to thaw out here, but that's okay.
Williamsville Hall
No, this
at
is
9 o'clock with
Williamsville Hall.
heat.
What did I give you?
With heat, that's very nice.
Yeah.
With
Yes.
heat.
With heat. It's a new experience.
Okay, and that's, oh, and you know what? It doesn't say the time here. Oh, yes, it does. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, Shannon. Underneath it says Williamsville Hall, but the top heading is
Oh, I see
safe.
what you're saying. Yep. Okay. Let me fix it, and I'll give you a new one.
Is it
Okay.
possible to get another copy?
Yeah.
Thank you. So I think Jay's gone to sleep after
Yeah.
I went for 24 hours. The road crew usually sets up the hall.
Can you sign it?
Okay. They set up the hall like with tables and chairs and everything?
Chairs,
Thank you.
podium,
do it.
flags, 2 flags.
Correct.
Yes. We
Flags.
got new ones.
We have one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Of
wow,
our very own.
wow.
What do you mean, these chairs?
You know the flags.
Oh,
Flags.
yes, we have new flags.
American flag, state of Vermont flag.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I will come and get the PA system and set it up. But we have more chances to talk about this.
Okay.
Mhm.
We're just going to sign this first. So we take it here.
Okey doke.
And Mike, please.
So we've got 3 members of the board. So which of you is not running again?
No, Chris Williams is part of the board, but he's absent tonight.
Oh, okay.
Gary Delius is available by telephone these days. And he has let us know he will not be at town meeting day.
Uh-huh.
Oh, what are you saying? That somebody's not.
Well,
it's not gonna
if
be
there are
good timing.
3, it looks like there are 3
Yep.
positions. Oh, so.
Yeah, because there's
Okay.
a 3-year and 2 1-years.
Okay, I got it,
Yep.
I got it. And do we know if people have,
We don't know.
okay, then that's not your business anyway, that's the town clerk. I just asked that in the past, one person is really, can explain any questions that someone has. That someone be the spokesperson for the select board.
You're the chair, right?
Well, what we've done in the past, and I'm planning to do this year, I think each of us have certain educational
Right.
experiences, like
expertise.
Mike is very good at finances. Gary would also be good, but he's not here.
Yeah.
This is not my forte. Shelley has been very involved with different meetings and representing different groups, so she could talk about that. And I'm basically running the meeting. Chris Williams is road commissioner, so he can talk about road issues
Okay.
in addition to, and I certainly can talk about issues also, but I'm saying
Right.
that I don't want to be the only one, or I don't think one person should be the only one to speak, because we usually share the topics and
That's
everything.
fine. I'm just, and I'll just look to see who will take it and hope that whoever takes it will speak up with authority, which is confidence inspiring to the voters.
Well, we also have a meeting before the town meeting where we have an organizational meeting to prepare for it. And at that point, I'm sure we'll go over, Shannon will be giving us lists, and we have lists now about what the topics are. So we'll probably be making notes of which people could answer the best.
And do you know the date of that meeting?
It's the night
it's the
before town meeting.
day before
It's that
town
Monday,
meeting.
Oh,
night before
okay.
town
Yeah.
meeting.
Regular at
Yeah.
6 o'clock?
If you want to join us,
I'll come.
okay, 6 o'clock,
March 4th.
okay. Thank you. Anything else that you want to talk about?
Yeah, you were here last year with us.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yes,
And then we did the same thing.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we do that
Okay.
every year.
that was 1 year ago. I'm glad you could remember.
Bits and
It's actually
pieces.
when, it was one of the first times at the meeting. It was during budget meeting time. And then you came right after that, do you remember? Right when you joined
Yes,
Select Board?
yes.
I
Mhm.
remember we were sitting over
Oh,
there.
yeah, over in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So that's it?
That's it?
Okay, well, I'm glad that we read and
Yeah.
got very clear, and the important thing is that the building will have heat this year. This is a big, your Williamsville Hall will have heat this year.
Yes, yes.
It's a
I have
big
a
event.
I have a question, like I noticed that there was food set up and everything, and who coordinates all that for the town meeting?
Oh, the
day?
This is
school
school,
kids,
isn't
right?
it?
The school
What was set up last year?
Food. They were selling food.
cookies and
I've already
coffee.
spoken with Joyce Van Pamela, who's already set up to sell coffee and baked goods,
Yeah,
to support the Montreal trip for the 6th grade.
Okay.
I will talk to Steve, and I don't know if John's around, John Julian will be around. I would love to have a lunch after town meeting. I'm not sure how long this town meeting will go. It's pretty businesslike, but I never know and I never make any predictions. But I will look into seeing if there can be some kind of small lunch. Or
I remember
very
Mike
big lunch.
making a comment about that a few years ago,
Yeah.
that in the past, several
That's what
years
they used to
ago,
always do it.
yeah, they used to have
Yeah.
lunches, and that was a really nice part of the day, because you would get to talk to different people that you don't see, and, you know, whether you're
Right.
talking on a personal or business level, it was a great way of spending, you know, a full day with
I
people.
see, years ago, the school board meeting was always in the afternoon, I think.
Yeah,
Right
I think
after
it
lunch.
flip-flopped.
So the town thing go in the morning, and then if you didn't
Right.
finish it, school board, then you went right after the school board and finished up the
Oh,
town.
I see.
So they'd have lunches and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
there was a big lunch too, you know.
Right, I know, it's something I've tried to get going without actually taking it on myself.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I haven't been that successful there, and, attendance is dwindling. We had a very low turnout last year, for town meeting. So I've got something coming out in the Commons on Wednesday, I believe. I haven't gotten final notice that it'll be in, about participation at town meeting. I will put things in the town, in the Front Porch Forum. Last year, I challenged everybody, I will remind everybody of the challenge to bring someone who has never been. And if you are someone who's never been to town meeting, to ask someone to show you the ropes.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I'm certainly willing to do a Robert's Rules, tutorial,
Oh,
if
yeah.
there's any interest. I don't really know how to go about doing it or where. I mean, is it something you can do, I could do here, or is this building always in use every evening?
Are you talking about for the public?
Yeah, for
Yeah, that would
voters
be
in
great.
Newfane.
Yeah.
Maybe I can do it at the library.
Uh-huh.
I have to find, and I don't know, I mean, do I have your blessing to do that? Do I need it? I mean, I'm an elected officer, can I just say I'm gonna do it?
Sounds like
Well,
a
it's always
good,
good to get more people involved,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
yeah, like a do a
definitely.
lead up type of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
When is
Well, and I will find out next Monday from, I just had a blank, from Carol, if there are any contested positions, because then we like to have a candidates forum. But I don't know if there are.
Okay.
Ballots, rather petitions are due
Mhm.
Monday night.
Yeah, the 28th, right?
Yeah, it's a week from tonight.
Yeah.
At 5. So, so I will look into seeing if I can get some interest in a meal at the Williamsville Hall.
Mhm.
You know, back in the day when we elected people from the floor and town meeting went all day, it was this great thing. You'd contribute food and then you'd buy it back. And
Yeah, and they usually went for the schools or something.
yeah, well, whoever did the labor got the money. I will put that out again.
Well, that would be
Maybe
something
PTO.
for like a nonprofit, maybe a group in the
Yeah.
community to do. I know maybe Valley Lions might consider something like that, you know? Because they're celebrating their 50th anniversary this year.
Well, let me check with Steve Levine about whether, what the rules are for using the hall,
Yeah,
and I will be back in touch with you.
okay.
If you think you've got human power, the school is always my first choice, but the parents are so stretched.
Yeah,
It's just,
It might be that with something big like that that we might have to wait till next year and plan it in advance.
we'll see.
It could, but yeah.
There are groups, so Steve may want to get a group and everybody go to the hall, meet
Yeah.
the hall.
Mhm.
So I
right.
think I better clear it with him first,
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah.
okay?
How's that working so far, heating the place or anything like that? Is it working pretty good?
Well,
You
we're
heard?
supposed to be a
Chilly.
dinner and a concert Saturday, but I
Yeah.
think this coming Saturday instead because of the storm.
Oh, you can.
So it was canceled, yeah. I was looking forward to it.
Postponed, yeah,
Yeah.
I know, it's my big Saturday night.
I know, me too.
Okay. So I've got candidates forum, midday meal, and a Robert's Rules tutorial. To work on, right? And then a March 4th meeting.
Oh, and Deborah, you and I are going to Montpelier.
Yeah,
Did Janet tell you that I'm going a day early, but
Yes.
I'd like to sit with you during the day?
I'll meet you there. I probably won't get there
That's
till
a-
9.
Is that the-
Anybody can
Is that
attend
the
it.
town?
Town, getting
Town
preparation
meeting
for
tonight.
town meeting.
Town meeting day?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be really nice to have company, so I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to it.
great. Okay, is that it, or anything
You
else?
just need to make a motion to approve the warning.
Oh, okay. Can somebody make a motion,
I'll
please?
make a motion to approve the warning for the town meeting to be held on March 5th, 2019 at the Williamsville Hall.
Second it.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay. It's been approved, and thank you, Deborah, for coming here.
Oh,
And
It's very
Nancy,
brave on this night to come
venture
out.
out.
So,
Thank you.
I unlocked the front door, which was locked when I came in.
Okay.
So,
Someone
it
needs to
needs
lock
to be
it up.
locked again.
Okay, all right, thank you. And then you'll come on the Monday, the 4th.
The 4th, yeah, you'll see me again.
Okay, great.
Okay, thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Getting
You
the
do so
budget
much.
in the warning.
Okay, so we are moving down to next item, which is certificate of highway mileage. Drive safely, Deborah.
I don't know if you remember, but every year by February, we have to certify what our highway mileage is. Usually there's no change. We didn't discontinue any roads, we didn't take any over. So nothing's changed. So I've checked the box that says nothing's changed and it just needs to be signed and then I'll return it to them.
Okay. So we're all signing, right?
And you could just make a motion to approve it.
Okay. Want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the Vermont's measurement and inspection certificate of highway mileage year ending February 2019 for the
Okay.
town of Newfane.
Can you second? Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, it's approved and we will sign it. Shall we? Thank you. Okay, next item on the agenda under old business is the school property.
You went to meetings, do you want to?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Mike and I went to the first meeting, we were there, and then I went to the second one. So the first meeting was at the Newbrook Elementary School on Thursday.
All right,
What date was that?
after our
Thursday,
last meeting.
the 10th, Thursday, January 10th. And it was a small group of people, and it was a combination discussing what's going on with Act 46 and school property. And then at one point, well, I left and Mike stayed on, and then it was just a regular school board meeting. So do you want to say a little bit what was going on there?
Well, Ken did quite a lot of talking about it, but I think the rest of them almost acted a little confusing
Yeah.
over the whole thing, you know?
They were not aware of what was happening?
I don't think they really, I think they knew it all went to the district, you know, it was going to the district, I guess. I mean, I don't know if they really did or not, did they? I didn't think they really got an idea that solar field is supposed to go with it.
Right.
And we asked a question about getting it back, you know, we told them we wanted that land back and stuff. And then it said something about the district was already on the rental part of the solar field of getting the money, which I don't really see how that could be, because we voted on that a year before they even decided to join the district.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know why the district could even be part of it until after July or whatever.
Well-
They said they were on the contract as far as the rent.
Well, I would ask where the contract, the original contract was, and who was on that original contract. Because that original contract then has to be signed off or transferred to the district by those that have signed it. So I don't know what the original arrangement was with the town of Newfane, right, and the school district. Were they each entities within that contract?
I think when it went up for this whole thing, it's going to the Newfane school, Newbrook school thing, school board district, you know, that's what it was. And like I said, this was voted on before we voted on the district even, or they did, you know, anybody voted on the district. They voted to do the solar field before that.
Right.
So that should have been coming to the town of Newfane.
Well, how was the arrangement made for the town of Newfane to receive any any monies or responsibilities or property of the solar field?
Well, like I said, they had that meeting, the school board meeting, to see about putting this solar field over there. And all the stuff they were doing in the school too.
That was several years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember it happening.
Yeah.
But the contract
And
itself.
then the contract they had with that one guy, he went bankrupt, the solar company, and then they got on another one, and they hired this other solar company to come in, which they said they got a lot better deal.
Right, so they signed a contract with the second company. And who signed the contract for that company?
I don't know. Sounds to me like it was the district and the school board.
The school board at the town.
Town Newfane.
Yeah, Newbrook, right? So by rights, I mean,
But what I'm saying is, the town voted on it before they were ever part of the district. So the thing should have been, what they should have done is put it back up to vote. Really. To see if they even want it. Because like I told them that night down there, people knew the district was getting that money instead of going to the school down here. Because the reason for them getting the money was to help out the school, for different things, the programs I think they were doing.
uh-huh.
And I said, I think half the people that night, if they knew it was going to end up in a district, probably would have voted it down.
Well, unfortunately, it seems like a lot of people are not very clear about what's going on, including me, number one, which I had said last time. I never knew that when people were voting for having Act 46 or not, that there was also the issue of land transfer.
All property, yeah.
And I've spoken to many people since, and I'm sure you have, and even when I went to the other school meeting at Leland and Gray, it doesn't seem like there's clarity.
Mhm.
Is that correct? There is no
Just
clarity.
regarding the properties
Yeah,
of
and
the
what
individual
is,
buildings.
yes, and
Of
the
each-
property, for example, where the playground is and where the gravel pit is different than the part of the property where the solar field is.
Yeah, I think there's 3 pieces over there, aren't there?
Well, no, it's
School,
the
but it was
school,
the
then there was the
old.
Lions Club,
Right,
where they owned that time the school bought.
right, but the school
It was
bought
separate,
it,
that's
so
where
now
like
it's
the
the
old
schools.
fairground was, and
Right,
then like half the ball field that the kids play ball on, that was the Lions Club too.
right,
And they owned that pavilion,
right.
so it was
But
all
that's-
one piece.
Yeah, but that's all now owned by the school. It's no longer the Lions. Lions has nothing to do with
Right.
it.
Right.
Yeah. And the school owns that property behind its school, all the way back through where the solar
And when
panels
they
are.
voted on it, the school was owned by the town of Newfane, Newbrook, Brookline and Newfane. So that's what I'm saying is, it should have stayed within the town,
Right.
that solar field.
So the town actually owned the school
Yeah.
building, or it was never a
No, it's
separate
always
entity?
owned by the town, yeah, it's the same pocket, they
It's
just
the same
call it.
voters, so there's
Right.
the school district and the town.
Right,
When he says the town, he doesn't necessarily mean the select board.
No, no, I know,
Town,
but
but
my understanding
same
of
voters.
the way he's saying it is that the town actually physically, legally owned that property.
The school district, which is,
It was always the school district that owned that property. So that's not the town. It may be, it functions that the audience or
Right.
the supporters or whatever come from the same town, but the actual ownership is the school district.
well, no, it used to be owned by, the school board was the town of Newfane. And then Newbrook joined,
Okay, but that was
Join
way
in.
back. Yeah.
wasn't that many years ago, I mean,
Right, so
So then Brooklyn,
there's 2 different entities, the Newfane Select Board and the Newfane School District. If
Right.
you read the deed, it says Newfane School District.
but as far as what I'm
But
saying
it's
though,
the same
it
set
never
of
went any
voters.
further, it never went any further than the town of Newfane, until this new
Right.
district thing,
Right.
Act 46.
Right.
I mean, it was always owned by the people of Newfane, the school, no matter how you look at it. It's like I said, you could take it two different pockets, you know, half here and half there, but
Right, exactly.
3/4 there and 1/4 here, you know, whatever it is.
No, but I'm looking at it as in the legal sense.
Okay,
Well,
so
that's-
that, I'm gonna tell you something
Okay.
about that.
Legally now, what they're saying with Act 46, now it belongs to the district. The town no longer owns it.
Well, at the meeting at Leland and Gray, the very last thing that was discussed, and the chairperson asked me if the town of Newfane's attorney was involved with this discussion. And if not, it was suggested, and we are following through with this, that the attorney that represents the new district school board and our attorney for the town have to meet and discuss this.
But we need
because-
to make a vote on that as a board, right, to have the attorney do that?
I don't know, Shannon.
Yeah, you should,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I've called and chatted with him a little bit, but
Right.
hasn't done anything until
Yeah, yeah,
you
So-
guys meet and talk about it.
yeah. So that was the very end of the discussion when I
Mhm.
was at the Leland and Gray. And again, there was confusion. Some people seemed to be clear about it. Some people on the board were still confused. The chairperson said to me at one point, well, it's not true because we're not taking your land, because if it turns out that we don't need your school anymore or in the future, then you can have the land back for $1. And that was his response. And you know, and we're wondering, well, that's one thing that the board is saying now, that school board, but who knows what's gonna happen in the future
Right.
when there's new people. And so there's a whole issue about Act 46 and,
Yeah,
and a
ownership.
lot of confusion about it.
Yeah.
We did talk about, and I did say, and it's on video, that there was confusion. We need to know that certainly in talking to the people of Newfane, there's a big upset about this
Uh-huh.
with everybody that hears about it, that we might be losing the use of the land too, that it wouldn't belong to us anymore. So, Shannon, when you spoke to Rich, because I did ask Shannon to contact Rich Carroll, and now we can vote on if we
Yeah.
would like to have that happen. But I think it's very important, just as you said, we need to know the legalities.
Yeah, but that's what it comes down to. It's,
Right.
you know, it's he said, she said otherwise, and it goes around and around
Yeah.
until you can get the legal understanding.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So would you like to make a motion?
Yeah, I make a motion that the town of Newfane has our town attorney. Do I have to say how much time or anything, or?
I don't think it's gonna come out to be
Okay, to review what the legalities of the ownership of the property is for the town of Newfane?
Well, that he talks to the attorney of the school.
Yeah.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the motion has passed, and we can ask our attorney to pursue this conversation. Thank you, Shannon. Was there anything else we wanted to talk about with the land? Unfortunately, it's still not very clear. You know,
Yeah.
No, well, they don't know themselves, you know, the state does.
that's what I'm saying.
They always just try to come in and stick their nose in where they shouldn't be, and then it's turned into a hell of a mess. I mean, look throughout the whole state. I mean, they got how many lawsuits against them already?
Right.
So,
Wow. No, I don't, but it sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
you know, like I said, you know, if it's gotta be this way, I don't have no problem, so much of a problem if they take the building over part of the school. I just don't think they need that other piece of property
Right.
with the solar fields and all that.
Yes, that's what we're talking
So, I mean, I think the solar field should be coming back to the town of Newfane. Or if we wanna take some of that money then spend it up here on the ball fields and all that stuff, we would, you know?
Right, for town recreation.
Right,
Exactly.
Yeah. And to allow it to be a public resource
for
versus
future use or whatever, you know?
limitations based on the school district's rules, because then it would be under their rules and
Right.
regulations and liability.
Right.
Any other comments or discussion? Okay, so we're going to move along to the next item under old business, and that is administrative assistant vacancy. Shannon Meckel will be retiring from her position at the end of this term. Her last day will be on town meeting day, March 5th, March 4th. No, I'm sorry, March 5th will be Shannon's last official day. And so there have been a posting in a few of the newspapers, the Reformer, the Commons. It's online, is that correct, Shannon? Your position vacancy? Yes. Okay. Do you want to say something about it, or should we? Well, I think it's something we're going to go into executive session about. And we're going to need a motion to go into executive session to discuss the appointment of an employee in accordance to IVSA Section 313, Section A. What is that, Shannon?
It's 313A3.
Just
A3. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's lines in there.
Okay. Okay. So can somebody make a motion that?
So do it.
Okay. And
I'll second it.
Okay. All those in favor of going into executive session to discuss the vacancy of the administrative assistant position, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So we shall do so. Okay, it is 7:22 and the board has come out of executive session, and we want to report that we will be interviewing applicants for the job of administrative assistant, and Shannon will be contacting people who have brought in applications, and we will let those people know what date we will be meeting and what time. So thank you very much. Okay.
Which is gonna be right after. The date and time is real soon.
Oh, you want to say the date? Should we say the date, Shannon?
Sure.
Okay, I didn't know if that was, okay. So we have made a decision that we are having a special meeting on January 28th, Monday, to interview applicants for the job. And we also are asking that all other people, anybody else who is interested in applying for the administrative assistant, please have your applications in to Shannon by this Friday, January 25th. That will be the deadline right now for Shannon accepting applications. So if you can write down for yourself that it will be next Monday, January 28th. We will be interviewing a handful of people starting at 5:30. Shannon will contact each and every applicant who has sent in their resume so far, and she will let you know what time you will be here to meet with the board.
It's just the ones that we've chosen to meet with.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Not everyone that's submitted.
No,
a resume.
anybody that we have decided that we're
Okay.
going to interview, Shannon will contact them and let them know what exact time to come in, okay? And also you'll bring your job description. Shannon said that she will be sending or have already sent out job descriptions to each and every applicant so far. Anybody else who applies by January 25th will get a copy of the job description, and that should come with you, each and every person, on Monday the 28th for the interviews.
And I believe that's also on the website.
Yes,
so they can go to the Town of
Yes.
Newfane website and get
Okay.
that job
Thank you.
description.
Okay, thank you, Shelley. Any other information that we need? Okay, thank you very much. So the last thing we are doing on the agenda is correspondence. And do we have any this week?
We do not.
We do not. So we are up to pay orders, which means that it's time to say good evening to everybody. Please be safe. It is bitter, bitter cold weather. Take good care of yourselves, drive carefully, and we will see you at our next select board meeting. Official meeting is February 4th, Monday at 6 p.m. Have a good evening. Thank you.